Hello, what's up? I just wanted to let you know we got, well, um, 20 days until Christmas. And let's just say from the 20 we have, 27 days until the new year. So let's go into the series of messages right now since we're running short of time. Today I want to be talking to you about Adventism. All right? Now, the word simply means coming. You know that. Many Christians observe and celebrate Advent in preparation for Christmas as they remember Christ's coming to earth as a baby. The future return of Christ is often called the second coming or the second advent. Broadly speaking, anybody who expects Christ to return might be referred to as an Adventist. However, the word Adventist is normally reserved for people or groups who expect Christ to return at any moment, or who at least allow for that possibility. Postmillennialists and those who believe in a post tribulation rapture who would not fall into this category. However, those who believe in a pre tribulation rapture would. In this sense, even got questions would be considered an Adventist group. Even though the rapture is not synonymous with the second advent, it is seen as the open act of the second advent. Beyond the broad theological meaning that could apply to a great number of Christians, a limited number of groups through the years have um, been referred to as Adventists. Now, the beginning of Adventism as a movement is often credited to William Miller, a preacher who predicted that Jesus Christ would return sometime in 1843 or 1844. Trusting Miller, his followers withdrew from society and waited. This resulted in what is referred to as the Great Disappointment of 1844. When Jesus did not return when Miller predicted he would, most of the Millerites went back to their normal lives. Miller continued to express confidence in the return of Christ, but admitted made that he may have made some errors in his calculation. Today there are two major groups that have the label Advent or Adventist in their names. Now, uh, the Seventh day Adventists arose directly from the theological line of William Miller through the further readings of in the teachings of Ellen G. White. There are many doctrinal problems with Seventh day Adventism, but the name Seventh day Adventist refers to two parts of the theology. They observe the seventh day, that's Saturday, as a Sabbath, and they expected the Lord to return at any time. They are they are Adventists who observe the seventh day. Oh man, the Advent Christian Church is another significant body with Advent in its name. Sometimes they refer to themselves as First Day Adventists. There are some significant differences between Advent Christians and Seventh day Adventists, although both trace their development back to William Miller. Advent Christians are generally Orthodox, with the exception that they teach soul sleep, which means that when a person dies, he sleeps until the return of Christ. In other words, the soul is not conscious, aware of anything um, until it is reunited with the resurrected body at the second advent, or in this case of unbelievers, resurrected or government. This doctrine is an error as the scriptures teach that for the believer to be absent from the body to be present with the Lord. Philippians 1, 2, 3. Now, another problem with the Advent Christian Church is clarity regarding the means of salvation. Neither their statement or faith nor the declaration of principles and elaboration of their statement of faith contains an unambiguous um, statement of justification by faith alone. So it is not uncommon to find some with the Advent Christian church who are trusting Christ alone for salvation, and others who are holding on to some mixture of faith uh, and works. The same can be said of many churches that do have clear statement regarding justification by faith. In addition to these two major groups, there are some number of minor Adventist groups. In the final analysis, all Adventists hold in common an expectation of the imminent return of Christ. Beyond that belief, there are a great many differences that have to be examined and evaluated separately. While Scripture does teach us to expect the return of Christ at any time, um, setting dates and making specific predictions is always unbiblical. Matthew 24:36. Now, you probably have gathered when we say, when I say Advent, that means literally, Advent means coming. In other words, we want to see people who are coming and making preparations for Christmas, so we can celebrate it. So we can celebrate Christmas the same after we celebrate Advent. However, it just goes to show you why things do not fall in the category. All right. Well, I thank you for watching. You take it easy.